Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
All set for another class? The last
Yeah, ma'am.
three to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just giving you a general idea of what's going to happen, all right? So we will do something similar to what we did yesterday, all
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Something a little similar. It'll give you more chance to talk and express yourself. And tomorrow I will be conducting a class on interview questions. All right.
Yeah, sure.
So I will cover an entire lot of questions and guide you through the answers. Of course, you will also use answer those questions, and then I will tell you how to go about it. Certain answers. Day after, that will be your last class with me. On that day, we'll have a mock interview.
Mock interview. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So on that day, you will not meet teacher Smita. You'll be meeting some MD of some big company.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so one that we're going to be doing is the usage of cash for transactions
Okay.
on one hand, and on the other hand, you have cashless
Yeah, yes.
transactions. Okay, so using cash for transactions and cashless transactions. Are there pros and cons to both? Maybe
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Okay, so just take a moment, it's fine, and just think about, what are the good things about this and what are the bad things. And
Okay.
similarly, even on the other side. Okay, express yourself.
First, I would like to talk about cash.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the cash. The pros and cons of cash. The pros of cons are like if we having a cash with us,
Mm-hmm.
so be more. It will like be like more convenient to pay all the time.
Okay.
So we don't have to like, open an application, scan the QR code, and to put our pin or something. So
Mm-hmm.
we can give directly cash to the person like whom we are to pay. And
Okay.
the point is there will be not cyber hack or cyber activity while we are paying through cash or fraud something like
Mm-hmm.
while we are paying through cash, so there will be not any kind of like fraud activity that could be happen with us like online fraud.
Mm-hmm.
And the third point is like whenever we paying something to other person, so at that time like we pay in accurate way, like not in like sometimes while doing online payments, we just slip down type some other like a
Ah.
number, so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes other digit or something on the application. So sometimes that go and we didn't see also like if we do small payments or something, so we just pay it, and after that we have to like when we just saw like the text message, oh I pay much more than him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And the cons are like whenever we have a cash at that time we have to take care of the whole cash very careful
Mm-hmm.
uh, because there are a lot of like people like thiefy what we go to say like
Thieves or
uh,
pickpockets.
pickpockets.
Pickpockets? Yes,
Yeah.
pickpockets. Yeah.
Peoples who are roaming here, who are
Pick Pickpocket after that. What did you say?
pe-
People.
people,
Peoples. No,
people,
peoples.
pickpocketing people
You'll be
who
seeing my
are
big round eyes. Every time you say peoples, think of, my God, they've put it up even on YouTube with my big round eyes. Have you seen it? I'll be
sorry
scaring
for
not just you, I'll be scaring the whole world with my big
the
round
word.
eyes. Yes, but people, not peoples. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah.
People who are like pickpocketing people, people who are roaming here and there, because sometimes whenever we travel through a crowded place, the
Mm-hmm.
pickpocket take out our cash and just run away. And whenever we have to give cash at that time, we have to like count it, like
Okay.
it is a little bit of time convenience when we like to pay a cash, so we have to just count it and then we have to give it and then we have to wait for a change and all. Or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes whenever we have to pay in cash, so at that time we don't have change, so we have to just look around for a change, go to another shops, shops, so can I have a change, and also, yeah,
Yes.
this was the pros and cons for cash.
Okay, very good. So, I think you spoke about the very well about the points that you brought up are very very valid points. So, firstly, you said in the pros, this is all concerning cash transactions. So, you said in the pros that we don't need any apps, you don't need to scan anything. So, it's just you just need the money in your hands. So, it's less complicated from that angle, right? Just
Yeah.
money in your hands, you make your payment and go. Second being that you said it reduces the risk of fraud, online fraud, you know, because you are not going online. It's all, you're dealing in person, so therefore you're reducing the risk of online fraud. And also, I like the bit about accuracy of payment. You said, there are times when we are human after all. So even when you're typing out maybe the amount, you can make an error. And sometimes the error can just be a couple of, rupees. But
Yeah.
sometimes if you add an extra digit,
So it make a
instead of
big
a
difference.
hundred, if you add an extra zero, you're giving 1,000.
Thousand
So it,
rupees.
yeah, so it can be a lot of money that can go, go cause a bit of a loss for you. So yes, good points over there. And in the negatives, you said things like, yeah, you can be a victim of, some pickpocket. He can rob you easily. Sometimes you have to run around for change, which is also problematic. And what was the third one you said about? I think about change. Yes, pickpockets, and there was another one that the amount of money
The
is.
amount of money we are carrying, so we have to just look after that money.
Yeah, you need to look after it all the time, right? Because it's after all cash, right? So you need to worry about it. Yeah, very good points, very valid points, right? Good, good, good. Let's talk about
The cashless,
yeah, the cashless transactions. Like what are
the
the
pros.
pros and what are the cons? Go ahead.
The pros of cashless yeah, term is like the first one is like whenever we are traveling all over the world, so we don't have to take a lot of cash with us, because it is very hard to take care of that cash, because while we are going to abroad or to any other country, so at that time if we find they find a cash in our trunk or something, so we have to give some kind of amount to them, also some kind of percentage every time, so for exchange and all. So this was the first pros, and the second, like cashless, yeah, whenever we like try to give we have a like whole like sometimes we don't know whom we have give money, lend money. So whenever we are giving some money to our friend or to our family members, so at that time we do online, so we have some kind of proof, like, yeah, I
Yes.
gave you this amount of money, this much of money at that day or that period of time. So he cannot ask me question like, give me a proof or something. And the third point is, uh, we can do a payment from anywhere, sitting at our home, if someone is in trouble or something, like we have to send him money, so we do it in a, if it is not possible, me or the other person to get in that place very urgent, so we can just make a transfer through his QR code or his phone number also. There are many kind of applications nowadays
Yes.
and online. And India is the first country, I think, who is like proper in a cashless economy.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Good.
cons are whenever we do cashless payment, there are a certain period of chances, like we get hacked or we get looted by some kind of cyber security person or something. And sometimes we may forgot, whenever we do a payment, the person who is sending a bag, so he may look into our phone and find a password and all. So after that, with a couple of minutes, a couple of period of time, so he may take all the money from our bank account also. Sometimes sometimes we know, like, our family members, if the parents, like mostly the it will happen with parents, like if the children, if the children, their son or like the girl, like know the password of their account, ATM pin. Nowadays it is very, yeah, so they just it is a one click away, like they
Yes.
just transfer all the money to their account within a click away, and they're not gonna know about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's all.
Okay, yes, well expressed over there. So yeah, very many points you brought out. Again, very valid points actually. So good on that. First point being, you when you spoke about pros, you said you spoke about travel abroad. But the little point over here, we don't say travel to abroad. We just say travel abroad. All right. So you spoke about travel, foreign travel. If you're traveling abroad, or even for that matter, traveling anywhere. Even in India, if you want to travel anywhere, the convenience that perhaps just the feeling that I have my phone, so I have my money.
Mm.
It's as simple as that. That I don't have to my wallet doesn't have to be full of paper and cash because I have my phone, I have my money with me. That feeling. So if any problem wherever you want to pay anywhere, it's all with you. So the convenience of that. Second thing is another very valid and good point is that you have all these transactions are recorded. So it's a good way to keep check of where your money has gone or from where has money come in. It's everything is being recorded over there, so it's a good system because like you said, there are times when you forget, and perhaps for many people at the end of the month you wonder, where did all my cash go? you know so you can actually sit down with your phone and you can open it out and see, oh, okay, you know 3,000 on shoes, that was not wise, something like that. Okay, so it's a good system because then you can do a little bit of cross checking and find out where did your cash go. In the older days we used to, some of us still do, write accounts,
Yeah, someone. Yeah,
yeah, on a
sometimes.
daily basis, like just to keep track, to so that, like I said, at the end of the month you should never be left with the feeling that I don't know where did all the money go. So you keep track. Also, maybe you have a kind of a budget system where per day, don't exceed this expense, don't exceed this amount. So, but yeah, this kind of a transaction will ensure that you have records
Of
from
course.
anywhere. This is also a good point you brought up, that you can, especially when you're talking about emergencies, people needing money, you know, uh, elderly people requiring some emergency kind of payment to be made. Particularly worrying in terms of hospitalization, things like that. You don't have to worry about how will I get the cash in hand. Now let's move on to something else. Also something that we have discussed, but probably we're going to be, recalling, did I say some positives here, negatives here? And then you have to
Yes, sir.
voice it in the opinion of the pros and cons for this, the pros and cons for that. All right. So we're discussing over here now books on one hand, okay, and movies on the other. All right.
The pros and cons of the books are like, I would like to go with the first pros. There are a lot of pros while we're talking about book.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is very useful for each and every person who are reading book, because it boosts up that person's memory also, and the vocabulary also. Vocabulary also. And the second one is whenever we are trying, or the other person is trying to read the book, so at that time we get connected with it, like our mind and heart get connected with that book. uh, and the third one is like, it is very like easy to carry, like there are many kind of small books also, like we can carry it on daily basis, like whenever we are traveling to our traveling wherever, or going to our office also. There I see a lot of people who are reading books and metros, and in buses also. And yeah, the cons are like like whenever we choose, there are a lot of books in all over the world and all over the India also. So like we have to choose a good book. Like there are many kind of bad books also who can who can put a bad impression on the person, like who change the mind also. uh, so we have to choose a book wisely. like whenever we choose a book. And the second one is like whenever we are traveling somewhere. Whenever we're traveling somewhere, so if like by mistakenly the water or some kind of beverages we are eating or having, so suddenly like, it falls on books or something, so it gets wet or it gets like sometimes get damage also book, so we like find it look it damage and all. And we have to take whenever we are traveling somewhere, we have to take care of book very well,
Mm-hmm.
very well. And there yeah and we and it is very different, like there are many kind of difference between the online books and the offline books, because when we try to read book, like we have to put our mind and soul to it.
Movies.
Movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, the pros and cons for movies are like whenever I will yeah, the pros like whenever we watch a movie, so at that time we get feel connected with it, like it is very eye soothing for us,
Good,
eye
good.
soothing
Yes,
for us,
yes.
because we see a visuals in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
And the second point is whenever we watch some movie, like most of the people can understand movie the better than the book, because it depends on people mentality also.
Yes.
like and third one is whenever we watch a movie, the characters who are playing the roles and all, so they might be like put life into the character, like
Mm-hmm.
life into character while they're performing. And also all the people like who are watching a movie or some, it gets it leaves some kind of what do we say,
Impact.
impact, impact on the person's minds for such a long period of a time.
Mm-hmm. Good. Very good.
Yeah. And the fourth point is whenever we are traveling, so it didn't take a lot amount of space or something. We can watch movie nowadays online also, like we can have a movie in pen drive of in our phone also, like whenever we are traveling, so it is not take very much of space, and we don't have to care for it like books and all.
All right. I think I cleared that. Very well done. Good speaking. Little bit of grammar and vocabulary thrown in today. All right. Tomorrow I'll be covering little interview questions with you. So we'll be prepared for that. Okay.
Sure, I
Stop
will.
here for today.
Yeah.
Have a lovely evening. See you
You
tomorrow.
too, man. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you. Bye bye.